Josh, is that you? Is that you stuck in the middle? Are we back tonight?
Who is this? Where's this voice coming from?
I'm the guy that's currently there. There is a cancellation. No, even better.
Oh, it's
people
you.
Are trying to. Yeah, it's me, and they're trying to get people to call law enforcement and FBI, but that's a teaser. That's a little bait.
That's the tease. Oh no, that's the tease till where? At the end?
I don't know. It's at some point because I feel like there's a lot more important things happening in the world, which is clearly lost on some of these fools.
Nothing's more important than internet beef. I mean, one could argue that that's how the situation that we're going to be discussing firstly happened, not over internet beef, but just people who, as we say last time, live perpetually online. And
yeah.
A question that I think we brought up on our last episode too was in that guy's age bracket, he was always used to being online. So how do you tell someone like that to go touch grass, the proverbially go touch grass when they've never touched grass? They don't see the why should I touch grass? They don't understand that part. So,
are we referring to the little pussy tattletale and the little teacher he thinks he went to?
Well, you know what? All of them. Fuck it. At this point, it's everyone. It's everyone.
Yeah, we're gonna do a big, broad generalization. Everybody that's acting like a lib and that is a lib, or I might even correct myself and we'll understand why, because certain words get thrown around just because the individual has a bias, and that is taking a toll on the value of words.
I'm pretty sure I watched some guy say that both me and you are libs, and then he said,
"Fucking, you're dumb."
So I don't know if it's true or not, but when he says I'm a lib, I'm like, I don't know, am I or not? Just like my lib friends are like, you're a righty now. I'm like, oh, am I a righty now? I don't know.
That's how it works. If they just put it in the ether, suddenly I feel a transformation like a bad Wolfman transformation from the 20s to the 30s. Like, what? Somebody said I'm a liberal somewhere on this in the country? Oh, what's happening? What's happening? Bernie Sanders, where are you? AOC. That's how it works.
Come back. I felt it would be right to start this whole, because it kind of does. It's like maybe now a 3-parter that we're kind of discussing a little more of some things regarding Charlie Kirk and how good of conversations we were having last time, whether you agreed with them or not agreed with them. Right after we were done, this popped up on my my YouTube Shorts randomly,
all right.
and I thought it'd be fitting for this right now, just to kind of open it up.
What's up, Twisted, C-Fouls, Joe Pon, Martin, I sees you. Steve, my brother, what's up? Shep,
Steve,
what's good?
I felt this be fitting not to talk. My bad. Let me get this nice and zoomed in a little bit so we can see what the fuck is going on.
Do your thing. I'll do crowd play. I'll do the crowd work here.
Let's check it out. So yeah, this is him, believe it or not, talking about civil conversations, which, in my opinion, we did. We tried our best to have those last episode. Check this out.
And we embodied that, yes.
I go around universities and have challenging conversations, and because that's what is so important to our country, is to find our disagreements respectfully, because when people stop talking, that's when violence happens.
I've never seen someone do this.
Well, it's a growing trend because people like me are facing violence, assault, the left. Yes, the campus Antifa. I've been stormed out of restaurants. I've been assaulted publicly, multiple death threats.
Okay, so what's your goal in all this?
There's more people that agree with me than some people would actually believe, and they come out of the woodwork when I do stuff like this. We record all of it so that we put on the internet so people can see these ideas collide. When people stop talking, that's when you get violence. That's when civil war happens, because you start to think the other side is so evil and they lose their humanity.
So, not to say that we are anywhere near of what that man, Charlie Kirk, was doing, but just the idea to have civil conversations and try to talk with people you disagree with. I mean, we have hours and hours of footage of you saying that all the way back, since 2019, of that's kind of what the whole purpose of this was, or at the very least, share our ideas openly and our opinions openly. So in that respect, I hope we can let the civil discourse and conversations flow tonight.
So I got just a brief
Yes.
two-pointer on that. While we will continue to embody
Why do you
the
sell yourself
spirits
short?
of
Maybe it could have been worth 3 points, man. Don't sell yourself
Nope,
short.
nope. This is a two-pointer, you mother effer.
Okay.
Don't make me go a Biden on you
All
and
right.
forget what I was
Eh,
going to say.
eh.
Uh-oh, no. So my two-pronged approach here is, first off, we have always, when we started day one, and I was a lefty when this show started, we were always about having open discourse. And now it feels even more so in the spirit of Charlie. We're inspired to go even more often online, and like we're on Tuesday instead of Thursday. So that being said, secondarily, to any future callers from any libs or people that just disagree, I want to make it clear that I have, and many I think agree and understand, I didn't just draw a line in the fucking sand, okay? I stabbed that son of a bitch in the concrete, and yes, my head's on a swivel. I look at all of you different, so I am now taking everything on an individual, one by one basis because I feel pushed that far from my old side. The radicalization is sickening, so it's up to you to show me otherwise. That's simply where I feel we have landed. I'm sorry I don't embody the spirit as purely as we once did, but things are stronger now. And that's that.
Disagree with me if you must hear, but I thought some people were able to, because there's been so much stuff happening that this, people's reaction to Charlie Kirk dying now has kind of spilled over into people losing or not losing their jobs. And I kind of found that interesting, because does the right want to become what the left was as far as cancel culture, even though the right was kind of cancel culture as well at some points, but do they want to go down that road of I guess it matters where you're saying your shit. If you say it at work while doing your job, yeah, I can see a stronger argument. But if you're out and you're maybe debating or you're against some public protest, not that you're vandalizing, not that guy. I'm not talking about that guy, but or you're just online saying something. I don't know if you should really get fired for saying something. So we'll go over some examples, but I felt it fitting. And you tell me what you think about this too, and any other thoughts before we move on. But Cenk Uygur, Cenk, what do you call him? Kitchen
It's
Kitchen
appropriately
Cenk Uygur?
it's named he's named Cenk. I just want to clarify before we get in. I knee-jerk emotional response, which is not healthy, which is why I practice this show. I need to review the cases, right? But it's more comfortable to sit there and say, fuck them all, they all deserve to lose their livelihoods. This is why it's healthy to remain in the conversation. So yes, Cenk Uygur.
There was many of a good reaction to, as good as it can be to someone dying. And so I didn't mean to say it like that, but I saw a lot of more people being somber and have the appropriate reactions. And I kind of want to juxtapose this reaction. And if anybody else has any other ones to pull up that are kind of like this, juxtapose these to some of the ones when we get into to be fired or not be fired. Right. So,
and then it's important. I know I don't want to give away too much formatting.
No, not at all.
The clip that we just got broken, I think 4 hours ago, where we are essentially vindicated in what we've been saying from day one. Yes, the fucking killer was dating a tranny.
We'll get there.
Put a transmission, and yeah, we have that clip that should put all of the lefties pointing the finger to rest, but they won't fucking rest.
I do think that clip would be kind of the pinnacle thing to play of this bit, kind of at the end, to be like, so all that was for, so maybe we'll get
They're not
there
going to
like
stop.
that. Yeah, no, of course not. Of
Yeah.
course not. But here's Cenk, and you tell me, and I actually like this guy as far as how he debates. There are some things I heavily disagree with him on. Do not get me wrong on there, but he has some good opinions when they align with mine, and I appreciate that. And I like how he defends my opinions at time when they align with mine. I say that jokingly. Just in general, I think I can see some good in him. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. As if I
used
saw
to follow
bad,
him
but,
pretty religiously when I supported Bernie Sanders.
and he
I
used to be a
love
conservative.
this guy.
He used to be a conservative, right?
Did he? I never knew that.
Yeah, he used to be a conservative before he went progressive.
Okay.
Yes,
Consider
he did.
that as a brand new breaking news bit to me. I never knew that. Years ago, when Bernie Sanders was running, I'd be watching the Young Turks and Cenk and Anna and even Hassan Hamas Piker. But I didn't know he was conservative ever. But okay, he's far from that now. And he's got something heartfelt to say, even though I'm gonna add, and it is what it is. Like, he once joked about Charlie Kirk being a martyr, to the point where he's like, "I bet you want to be a martyr," and now here we are. Hopefully, this comes from the heart. Let's see the clip. Be the judge.
Charlie Kirk has been shot. He was in Utah giving a speech at a college, and unfortunately, I just found out that he's passed away. It is beyond tragic. It's disgusting. It's terrible. It's the worst thing that has happened in American media and politics in a long time. So this violence is not the answer. It is the very worst possible answer. We don't know who did it. And if some of you might have seen an older guy getting dragged away by the police, it turns out they released him. He's not the guy. So they haven't caught the guy yet, but I can't believe he passed away.
This is when it just happened.
I can't believe it. So he's gone. And violence is surrender. It's saying that you can't win in the battlefield of ideas. What a terrible, terrible message to send. And that you have to be barbaric, and you have to be violent, and you have to be a savage, and you have to just shut that person down physically because you can't defeat him with your ideas. What a cowardly form of surrender. What a disgusting thing to do. How deeply immoral. This is a terrible, terrible day. Because, so not only do I know Charlie, and you could say, hey, he said bad things in the past. Who cares? That's not the point today, okay? It doesn't matter what people said. You never do violence. Never. That's the exact opposite of being a progressive. It makes no sense at all. We're against violence. If you do violence, you're not one of us. You're disgusting, you're immoral, and you're deeply counterproductive. Anytime one side does violence, it makes everyone else hate them, rightfully so. So none of our side should ever do that. Plus, he's a human being. I met him and his wife behind the scenes, etc. They're human beings, no matter how much we agree or disagree with anyone. This is just terrible. Guys, this is going to lead to worse and worse violence. I hope to God it doesn't. I hope that America regains its senses and gets back to peace and civility. But this is not the way. This is terrible. I feel awful for Charlie's family, obviously for Charlie. Stop all of the violence. This is the problem. This is not the way to solve it. So it's an absolutely tragic day, and my heart goes out to his entire family. I'm so sorry that this happened to anyone. I just can't believe it. All right, guys. Please, everyone, nothing but good thoughts and prayers for Charlie's family.
Unpopular take, okay? I feel strongly about Cenk, and I've seen how he and Charlie have engaged. One of the few times Charlie ever actually...
Well, they almost looked like they got in a fight, right? At one point, you see that?
Yes. It was one of the few times that such a patient, graceful man like Charlie actually went to that point. But he did get exposed hard on a recent Piers Morgan episode, as pointed out earlier. I did see that. I just here's my asshole.
You say exposed though, like real quick, but when you say exposed, but did Dave Rubin, did he or did he not do what we are upset at the left of doing of Charlie Kirk? And he literally took a clip of Cenk Uygur and played it, and in my opinion, almost out of context, because we don't know what emotion, like you're just, and like it's kind of such a low blow too in the moment, because he was talking about, like, if you look at the clip, it's just like he wasn't. It just to bring it up in that moment, I just didn't feel as if it was the right thing to do. I thought it was a low, even though I like Dave Rubin, I thought it was a low blow by him to kind of put that up while maybe they don't like each other, and he was trying to be like, "Yo, Cenk's a liar. It's crocodile tears." That I get. You have your opinions on that, but I just thought, like, aren't you doing the same? Like, in the moment we were trying to be unified around Charlie Kirk, he has to bring that tape out to show, oh, but look what Cenk said. It's like, God damn it, man. We're not trying to fucking do that right now. What are you doing?
All right, my asshole take, real quick.
I love an asshole take.
That is addressed, because there's some merit to a gotcha moment, because I guess one can argue it's out of context, which I think was his response. So more on that in just a second.
But is it not a good
when I was watching
argument?
Cenk, when I was watching Cenk do that entire bleeding heart apology, I was thinking, and I might be wrong. It's hugely possible. I'll give myself a 10% possibility of being right because I'm only guessing. I think that motherfucker is only playing up to the violence is wrong shit, and strike me down. You know, I am human. I can be wrong because he's fucking afraid that he would be on the chopping block given his history of what he said about Charlie Kirk. He knows that he's had a volatile history. And in context, out of context, with context, whatever the case, he has been a vile piece of rhetoric that has helped inflame the very people that went after Charlie Kirk. So to that, I say take your fucking tears and shove them up your ass.
Yep. Fair take. But I also wonder too, maybe this is something that has hit closer to home to him because he did consider Charlie a friend. So now it's just like, all right, hold up. We need to all kind of slow down. So I will give him that. You know, I'm not gonna ever think anybody is beyond the like repair, so to speak. So I still like Cenk. I'm not really sure.
He lost me years ago.
Yeah, well,
man.
I mean, you do know him. Here's the thing, is I was never hurt or wounded by him, and I mean no disrespect. I can take it. I know you can, not just to you, but to anybody who kind of feels this way. Like I never was on his side, quote unquote, to begin with, to feel betrayed by him. For me, I've been quote unquote against him, and now I'm hearing some of the things that I agree with. He's kind of growing on me, so to speak. So there are still things I don't, but I was never all the way on his side 100% for me to be lost. I was never there. And now I'm finding a few things that I agree. So, you know what I mean? It's just like we have I guess I want to say it's like a tomato kind of thing. It's like we're at two different viewpoints of Cenk because you were in it where, as opposed where I was a move from him and I'm more so cherry picking a few good things that I like about him. Maybe I don't know the whole story, which, you know, I kind of do, but you know,
fair enough. One thing that would help win back some of his audience, I feel, would be if he would have the motherfucking balls, the conviction, if he's willing to do an apology tour or a cry video to at least disavow publicly his little peon Hassan Hamas Piker, who is one of the most effective stupid mouthpieces of the party of fucking hatred under the guy. Sorry, I'm sounding very divisive. This is just where my heart's been pushed. I am trying through prayer, the church, things I haven't tried in a long time to get through the anger that's being tempered without the people calling the FBI on me. Oh gosh. But yeah, if Cenk would be consistent, call that out, disavow Hassan Hamas Piker, I'd be like, okay, maybe I'll listen to what the fuck you have to say these days. But it would take some time.
I've never seen something Hassan said where I was like, I agree with that. I've seen a lot of things that Cenk said that I said, I can agree with that. And that might be because Cenk had a conservative background at one point. So he kind of, dude, that's 100% true. You can look it up. I promise you.
Okay. I'll take your word for it for the time.
But regardless, I don't think it really matters that much. But I do get the hate for Cenk. I mean, there are times, and I'll tell you, honestly, my appreciation for him began when he started going on Piers Morgan Uncensored. So like when I started to see him debate certain people, and then I started seeing him debate his own side saying they're wrong. Like I respect stuff like that. I don't agree with his takes, but I see a guy who will stick up for, you know, his perceived right, whether it goes against him or whether it doesn't go against him. I just, you know, against him, I mean his political stance. Whether it goes against his party or not, I see him sticking up for what is true in that moment. And that's one thing I respected about him, because I guess for me, he's coming from a place of no respect, right? So it's like 0%. So now that I see him do a few respectful things, it's starting to affect my ratio with him. So it's only recent. It's only during the Piers Morgan thing where I've had a new kind of appreciation for some of the things Cenk said. And I think that is the big takeaway here. I think a broken mirror, whatever, a broken clock can be right. Fuck, I said broken mirror. Broken mirror can never be right. A broken clock can be right twice a day. And that even is a little condescending, but I think there is some good in agreeing with somebody who you don't agree with. Because I have friends, we won't get to this. I have friends who won't even hear any opinion of mine when it comes to politics. And I know you're not supposed to talk about politics with friends, but I feel like that's the last bastion of hope is your friends and is people you knowingly can talk to have this open rational discussion. And I don't have that from even them.
I would absolutely pray and expect anybody that I labeled a true friend to be able to disagree with me and us maintain a friendship. I would hope so. And I do recognize that the very party that's always said, look what the news is saying, are suddenly becoming the conspiracy guys. And specific friend that I think we're both thinking on is embodying that because they just don't want to admit they're fucking wrong. And that, I think, up to you. The very clip that was released today, I don't know if I'm pulling the trigger too preemptively here. It's such a smoking gun. It should silence all the liberals right now. Sorry to any of the lefty. No, I'm not sorry.
Well, you know what? How about this?
Sorry.
How about this? Let's play that video, and then it's going to test how we feel about freedom of speech when we play to be or not to be fired. How about we watch the video with the text? We'll speed it up. We'll have a little more information. We already have a little more information than half these people in this video, but I'm trying to be better than who we're trying to point fingers at.
I want to point fingers at Gay D and Uncle Will.
Well, we'll get to them. We'll get to them.
But here, this is all I want to do. Sorry. I recognize a name there. What's up? Big fan, by the way. Joe Barron, you're my favorite. Good to have you here.
JB.
This is, no, don't.
Are you doing the statement right now?
No. Just this is like I'm talking about real world events, and this is what they like to pivot to. So here, what do you? That's a T-shirt.
Okay.
Just real quick.
Yep.
And then last thing. I know, confusing.
Oh, dude, are those V-necks?
V-neck. Why am I showing these? Because I noticed when I would talk about anything, they'd find something stupid to roast me on. So apparently the type of shirt I wear is more important than, real world events. Shows the pettiness and maturity, the dumbassery of the people that are so busy trying to find something to dislike about me. You can dislike me, but at least have something of substance to come to the table with. Anyway, that's the last tease, I promise.
What if right now, to give them something, I just Hulk Hogan my shirt off right now? I just from a dry run, I just rip it off like that.
Yeah, I'd leave and ask for another host.
Oh fuck! I was gonna do it right now. I was gonna try my best just to take the heat off you. Like, you wanted something to make fun of? Make fun of this, and just show.
Hey, look, when I'm talking about like real life events that affect all of us as a country, it's important to know what kind of shirt the guy's wearing. But anyway,
I'll tell you what. Now, out of nowhere, now I really want to do it. So if you stick around to the end of the show and you want to see it, let me know, and I may or may not Hulk Hogan my shirt out for the grand finale.
Okay,
and you can just see.
I'm gonna leave, but okay,
that's fine. Yeah, as soon as I just like everyone just shuts off. It's supposed to be. It's not out of vanity. It's supposed to be out of like, haha, look at this idiot. He's gross. He's disgusting looking.
They exist because even guilty by association.
How cool would it be if I tried to rip it and I couldn't get it started, but I kept trying. Right?
There you go. That would be somewhat entertaining.
Right? I'm just trying to throw myself out there. That's all. Trying to put on a
you're
good
out
show.
there.
Trying to put on a good show. That's all.
That's what we're here to do, by God.
Appreciate you, buddy. Thank you.
Let's test freedom of speech. Let me see. What's up, dystopian? OG right there. That's the person you don't remember. So let's see some of these clips.
No, well, we're going to play the whole messages. The messages. That's what we'll play first. So then we can see how we feel about the to be or not to be fired. Is that what we agreed upon?
Sure, of course.
Does that sound good?
Yeah.
All right.
To my favorite person in the world, Joe, the phone number will probably be up towards the end normally. If you'd like to stick around, we appreciate it.
Just let us
Chevy
get through
from
some.
Arizona.
We'll get through some Charlie Kirk stuff at the very least, and then the number will go up.
Who's cooked, Dirty Smith? Tell me who's cooked. Okay, do go on.
Who's cooked? Can I be cooked?
I love cooking.
I want to be cooked.
Grilled cheese.
I feel kind of cooked right now. I am just mindlessly scrolling to the video I sent you. Remember you
All
said
good.
that's the smoking gun. You said, remember that? There we go.
That's
Got it.
because it should be the giant spackle of glue and tape
The
that
roommate.
shuts everybody up.
We'll play that beast at 1.5. The
All
roommate.
right.
All right, bringing it up. Appreciate your patience.
Yo, Humble Hut. Gay D is afraid of everybody. That's why he would private his videos or hide them and go to another channel to have it spoken on. Pussy. All right.
There's no way. If you think AD is afraid of people, then I got 2 words for you.
Fucking, you're dumb.
See how that was 3 words though? All right.
Triggered. Yeah, I mean, appropriate.
Fucking you're dumb. He really is like the modern I'm not the modern, the real life Goofy. I was gonna say modern day Goofy, but there is no old.
Somebody else
Goofy.
made a very good comparison, and I'm forgetting. I think it was somebody.
That's
fuck
fine.
it.
That's fine.
It'll be gold when I remember.
That's
I
fine.
promise.
That's fine. Here we go. Let's go to video. Ba 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 boom. All right. Here is the recent text messages. The libs are still going to be like, nope, don't believe it.
I posted it on every group and profile I have, and nobody's got that same smoke right now. I want to see what happens tomorrow.
Play.
Police interviewed Robinson's roommate, a biological male who was involved in a romantic relationship with Robinson. The roommate told police that the roommate received messages from Robinson about the shooting, and he did provide those messages to police. On September 10th, 2025, the roommate received a text message from Robinson which said, "Drop what you're doing, look under my keyboard." The roommate looked under the keyboard and found a note that stated, quote, "I had the opportunity to take out Charlie Kirk, and I'm going to take it." Police found a photograph of this note.
So I guess the first question I should ask everyone here is the government, right? Okay. We got to be honest with each other. It's the government. No matter who is running the government, it is the government.
Sí, señor.
Do we believe the government, senor? Are we okay with what the government is telling us, senor? Do we believe what he's saying?
Look, there's always a embedded distrust of the government across the board, right? But in this case, I feel like it was so fucking public. It seems to be tracking, and what we're being told, everything kind of lined up.
Yeah, right.
So,
which is also kind of weird, which I give people that, like, it lines up so perfectly, right? You know, if you want to say
they're going after Crowder for that leak, you know, so that shows that they didn't want that info out.
Right, exactly.
So
but
it kind of forced their hand, thankfully.
But that goes back to some of the things that's saying, like, you know, some of these agencies are in on it. Just because they're going after Crowder for the leak doesn't mean, you know, that they're more so mad as how it got out there, not the information, right? So,
Correct.
You know,
and there's other things that are acceptable. Like I understand Charlie Kirk was calling out Israel a bit and expressing some things that were not popular.
But before we even get to foreign countries, just like our government's own past, Kennedy, if we think the government killed Kennedy, like just our own past of what we do to people. With that
context, of course, there's like almost zero trust.
Right. So, and it's just like,
I get that.
Like right now, I guess the only thing we can do is see how the information plays out and then go from there. But so far, everything seems to be matching up as to what we originally thought, even though, you know, one of my other people and the other was like, "You've told so many lies over the past few days."
Yeah, that's the motherfucker that says he studied law and he's swearing by the sword. That's as close as I'll get to who it is.
All I did was repeat what the press conference said. So it's just like, what lies it? So if you don't believe the government, then I guess you're not going to believe it. But, you know, there's so much stuff over the past few days. I forget I'm biting it out now.
Yeah, no, just
let's play the video. Thank you.
Let it finish.
Thank you.
What's up, Shamrock? Good to see you, sweetie.
The following text exchange then took place. After reading the note, the roommate responded, "What? You're joking, right? Robinson, I am still okay, my love, but I'm stuck in Orem for a little while longer yet. Shouldn't be long until I can come home, but I gotta grab my rifle still. To be honest, I'd hoped to keep this secret till I died of old age. I am sorry to involve you." Roommate, you weren't the one who did it, right? Robinson, I am. I'm sorry. Roommate, I thought they caught the person. Robinson: no, they grabbed some crazy old dude, then interrogated someone in similar clothing. I had planned to grab my rifle from my drop point shortly after, but most of that side of town got locked down. It's quiet, almost enough to get out, but there's one vehicle lingering. Roommate: why? Robinson: why did I do it? Roommate: yeah. Robinson: I had enough of his hatred. Some hate can't be negotiated out. If I am able to grab my rifle unseen, I will have left no evidence. Going to attempt to retrieve it again. Hopefully they have moved on. I haven't seen anything about them finding it. Roommate:
Can I say something odd about what he's reading? I guess it appears to be like transcribe. Okay, we got to call the phone. The phones aren't open yet. If you're trying to call, give us a moment. Give us a moment.
I think that's you.
They will be soon.
Yeah, we're not ready.
And this, I got this from Tim Pool. He was talking about this. The transcripts, whatever they've written down, it's really grammatically correct. Like there's commas where they need to be. I guess what the implication is, these aren't directly a copy and paste of the messages. This is more of somebody typing out what they're reading.
All right. I have a question because I guess I'm a little confused. Are you just trying to aptly stay in the middle, which is appropriate? Because as we present what we believe to be the facts, you're also adding the doubt. So are you trying to entertain that there's some...
I mean, I'm not trying to do anything. It's just more so describe what my thought process is. Like I have all like, I believe this, and then something comes into question, and I'm like, well, what the fuck is this? So I'm just...
I'm assuming, and it's just an assumption, so it's really worth shit, that it's just probably stenographer style, like a draft, so he wouldn't fuck up while he's reading it to the public. That's only a guess, though. I have nothing to go on.
Yeah, just why wouldn't you get like an actual copy of the messages? Like we've seen them get like
well, if there's typos and shit.
So let's see the typos. Like, you know, I mean, like, I don't know. It's just, I'm not necessarily saying it's weird, but I'm also saying that it is like, why don't we just have let's not leave anything to imagination. Let's just have the exact messages copy and pasted. And, you know, that way nobody can have any room to deny. Because right now that these messages are copy and pasted, now you're going to have people on the left being like, well, see, so they probably left some things out. I'm just saying, like, you're leaving things open for interpretation. That's my opinion.
All right. Yeah, but I get you.
Let's keep on keeping.
How long have you been planning this? Robinson: a bit over a week, I believe. I can get close to it, but there is a squad car parked right by it. I think they already swept that spot, but I don't want to chance it. Robinson again: I'm wishing I had circled back and grabbed it as soon as I got to my vehicle. I'm worried what my old man would do if I didn't bring back Grandpa's rifle. IDEK if it's had a serial number, but it wouldn't trace to me. I worry about prints. I had to leave it in a bush where I changed outfits. Didn't have the ability or time to bring it with. I might have to abandon it and hope they don't find prints. How the F will I explain losing it to my old man? Only thing I left was the rifle.
Of course, the first thing he thought was, fuck, my dad's going to be so pissed at me.
That's the first thing I thought of and pointed out, is that he's more concerned about his own ass after taking a life. All I need to know about this piece of shit, let him burn.
And that you know that he's still so young where, like, parents matter more than authority. It's like, yo, it's more than your dad, bro. It's not just your dad that's going to be pissed at you. Like, yeah, no, you murdered somebody. That everyone's going to be pissed at you. Yeah.
He didn't quite grasp the plot or the gravity at all.
He was like, what's his name from Scream 1? My mommy and daddy are going to be so mad at me. Remember the killer at the end? It's like, dude, no, it's more than your mommy and daddy, bro. Buddy.
I mean, the scene you're describing sounds...
Yeah, Matthew. What's his name?
Scream, right? Yeah. Matthew Lillard.
Matthew Lillard, yes. Yeah, him at the end.
Yeah, this I remember.
Yep.
So I think somebody took I don't mean this facetiously, took the proverbial bait on what you're saying. Who in the public calls it a squad car? I don't know. Like, some people do.
What was I saying?
Who's to cover the entirety of the public who doesn't call it a squad car? I don't know.
What was the proverbial bait? What happened?
The bait being, looking into the text that's available, and as it's being delivered, somebody, fairly, K-Bear Gaming, who in the public calls it a squad car. They're just now questioning the validity of what's being delivered to us verbatim.
Right. I mean, it could also be someone like, some of these people who think they're like all professional and awesome. Like they're like they have the right type of jargon. I don't call it a cop car. It's known as a squad car. I don't know. I'm just kind of thinking here. So to me, that's not that far-fetched, but it is a good point. I feel like it kind of helps my incredulousness on the text messages. Because like if you do think if it was him writing it, why would he write squad car? Does that kind of lend more to my my one doubt about? So by the way,
I don't find it so
let me
strange.
make this
Dude
clear.
grew up in a Mormon household, so he said
No,
squad
no,
car.
no,
He's
no.
a fucking lame weirdo.
Yeah. Cool. Exactly. Okay. I thought you were going to go somewhere else with that. Gotcha. I'm 99% cool with the text messages. Knowing what the government has done previously, I'm always looking for things to be like, wait a minute. And that's out of humor or conversation, out of pure, I want to see what this is, like just to make, just out of pure, what do you call it? Like, I'm like a cat. I'm like Whiskers, like a cat, I'm so curious. I'm out of
I
curiosity.
need to address the entirety of the government and all three-letter agencies. Look what you did to this innocent American. He doesn't trust you anymore. Not even your quote-unquote air bubbles here, your statements, your reports.
No, see, I
Look what
do,
you
though.
did.
I do. I'm just playing devil's advocate a little bit as I do. Because I believe the majority of what the Utah governor is saying. A lot of people that I know, well, not a lot of people, 2 people that I know are like, yeah, well, the Utah governor, he's the Republican, so it's bullshit. He's a Trump ball washer. I'm like, and like, then I tried to rationalize with this person. I'm like, okay, do you know that the Utah governor, like, he's literally known as like the bridge builder? Like, his whole governor mission was to lessen the political temperature. He was a big critic of Trump, and he only endorsed him because he wanted to show the people and kind of help Trump bring down the political temperature. So it's not like he was always like, yo, I love Trump. He actually didn't like him, and he only endorsed him kind of probably when he had to. But I see him more. I don't see him have a reason necessarily to just say what the president wants to hear. And that's a fucking crazy thing to say. Like, there are people who believe
you're
that.
framing it that he was someone that was willing to speak truth regardless of who's in power.
Right. And I'm also framing it in the other sense that there are people who believe that he's only saying what he's saying and how he's saying it to please the president, which is fucking crazy in my opinion.
Those are liberal ball lickers themselves, ironically.
Literally a crazy person. So I'm like, this guy is credible because he actually has doubts about Trump previously. He's just saying, and he just wants to be, in my opinion, truthful, factual. This is what it is. I want to bring down the temperature, whether this is good for you or good for you, bad for you, bad for you. This is what happened. He just looks like a guy who just wants to tell you this is what happened. And I just want to listen to him when he talks. But a lot of people now are like, well, no, he's a Republican, so he's probably lying.
I'm focused more on the irony of the very people that are receiving the facts that are always like, hey, there's the facts coming from the television. Now they're like, can't believe it. Yeah. Confirmation bias.
We got a few more moments of this guy left and his crazy text messages.
Towel.
I thought, I was like, this is what Eli texts his Antifa buddies, I thought. Little tease for the coming up.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm ready for that shit.
All right. Bring it.
Remember
Got a
how he
whole
was engraving
statement
bullets?
prepared, actually.
The effing messages are mostly a big meme. If I see notice bulge UWU on Fox News, I might have a stroke all right. I'm going to have to leave it. That really effing sucks. Judging from today, I'd say Grandpa's gun does just fine, IDK. I think that was a $2K scope. Wink, wink. Robinson again, delete this exchange. Again, Robinson, my dad wants photos of the rifle. He says Grandpa wants to know who has what. The feds released a photo of the rifle, and it is very unique. He's calling me, RN, not answering. Robinson, since Trump got into office, my dad has been pretty diehard MAGA. Robinson, I'm going to turn myself in willingly. One of my neighbors here is a deputy for the sheriff. Again, you are all I worry about, love. That came from Robinson. Roommate, I'm much more worried about you. Robinson, don't talk to the media, please. Don't take any interviews or make any comments.
Whoopsie daisy.
If any police ask you questions, ask for a lawyer and stay silent. Police
So that
interview.
worked out to his advantage. By the way, hey, lefties.
Typical woman, huh?
He was
The
in
roommate.
love with the transmission.
Sorry.
because they were hell bent on saying, no, they were just roommates or blah blah blah. Now deal with the facts. Now how are you going to twist it? Go on.
And I already kind of explained to you how they're going to twist it. They're going to say what he's saying is false because he probably, and I don't know who this is. This is not the Republican. This is not the Utah governor, but
Can I do a
he is
cringe?
part of the Department of Justice.
I need a cringe moment. Joe, my best buddy, the last show did, yes, since you keep questioning it, 22, just under 23,000. The last
Oh,
live
don't do
show.
that. Oh, no.
Well, he keeps saying they didn't do it. Nowhere to be found. Go fucking look.
What's
Jeez,
nowhere to be
Christ.
found?
Or talk about my shirt. Anyway.
I think Joe's just trying to get on. Josh, did you open the show off with any off-color jokes? No,
Yeah.
Joe, my jokes are always on color, sir.
Hold grew up in a Meng Hao grew up in a Mormon household with a staunch conservative MAGA father. Appeared mostly apolitical, though bisexual, and so obviously.
Hang on,
opposed-
Snaggy. Not you.
Jesus Christ! No, listen, we're not going to accept derailments tonight. We're not going to have.
We're almost
something
there.
off-kilter.
Hold out.
Yeah, the calls before the numbers up is just never going to happen. And the last of this comment. So obviously opposed to anti-LGBTQ rhetoric. Did it out of love. Well, there you go.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
wonder if there is a possibility. Do you think there is a possibility that that's what it was? It was just out of love.
In love for their transmission.
Just you're
boyfriend?
you're making fun of Sherm over here, and I don't appreciate that. So that's it. Was it
Yeah, that and he, the comments of Charlie Kirk is spreading hatred by spreading the word of
Right,
Christ
right.
and being critical.
Thank you
So-
for pointing that out. Because was it out of love? Yeah, sure. And hate. Gotcha. Okay, just want to make that sure because I see people. It was a crime of passion, right? And a crime of hate because they hated fucking Charlie Kirk.
It was a hate fucking crime, terroristic act. Recreational outrage. It's not racist when Charlie Kirk says it's about black culture. Well, we kind of covered this with some conversation, civil discourse on the last live. We did it pretty well with people that thought along your lines, and we had some middle ground there. But if you watch and read the sound bites alone, that's how you're going to think. If you do take the time to watch full context, you might learn you're wrong.
Yeah. All I have ready to go is something to oppose anti-Semitic comments and something to oppose, I think, him being anti-gay or LGBTQ. But it's just there's just so many accusations.
And I think everybody's pretty much seen that. Where here's a summation: a gay conservative is like, I may feel some issues about being gay, blah blah blah. May not feel welcome. He's like, first off, we're living in an age where sexuality identity is hyperbolic. We accept you for who you are. As a Christian, I don't agree with your lifestyle, but yes, we wholeheartedly accept you. Boom, done. There's your anti-LGBTQ rhetoric down the fucking toilet. Now come at me with something different.
There's someone in the chat saying y'all want to talk in circles and not adhere to actual facts. Like, what did we say that wasn't a fact? We have a little devil's advocate opinion every now and again, but for the most part, it's kind of what's being reported. So I'm not sure about that, but all right.
So what do we got? We got one of the job segs.
Yeah. Do you want to do that? Do you want to do to be fired?
I'd like to see an example of someone saying something in the area that we're familiar with where you don't think they deserve to be fired. Just outright, I'm interested in that.
I got you. Well, how about this? Yeah. All right. Welcome to Be Fired or Not Be Fired. I'm making it like a game show style.
Okay, segment. Yeah.
Hey,
Be fired or not to
welcome.
be fired.
How about this? Ready? Hang on, ready? Hey, welcome to Be Fired or Not Be Fired. You tell us. The phones are going to go up.
Oh, God, yeah. Reserve the right to say we put a bow on it at any fucking time if somebody goes a little off the rails.
Yeah. We're going to go one or two videos, and then we'll kind of bring the phones to kind of put a bow on everything. So we're kind of doing a little different because since we played this guy doing the receipts as opposed to using this video to bow off before we get into the other statements that we have for
my
the
statement,
other
correct.
people. Yeah, we'll just we'll use the callers to get us on out of here.
Okay.
All right. To be fired or not be fired, you tell us. Hold your thoughts and your questions. Let's get to the first one. You said the first one you want to see is someone who I don't think should have got fired?
Yeah. Because I've seen many examples of people that have totally had it coming. I've not yet seen maybe one of the lesser offensive ones. I don't know how it could be not offensive. If it's a celebration, I have to see it for myself.
Well, if I can just kind of go, because I only got links. Well, let me show you this one real quick. So this man, I'm gonna zone out the theme music if you don't mind. Can I do that?
Do your thing.
Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Thank you for the confirmation. Over here, this is an instance where I do think this person should have been fired, and then we'll get to a next few. But this happened at Office Depot. Some dude wanted to print out just a simple Charlie Kirk photo with, his birth year and his death year on there. And he paid for it. And then I guess moments later, or maybe an hour or so later, he got something that's saying, "Oh, your order can't be fulfilled. We don't print propaganda."
For a vigil.
Yeah.
Yes.
For a vigil.
This is where they decided to draw a line. Right.
And then so they go into the store to talk to this person to see what the F, bro. And this is what the person had to say. And she looks exactly what you think she'd look like.
I know.
Yeah. No doubt.
Thank you. So, we came in for an order earlier to print a poster for a vigil tonight.
Yeah, so
For
we
somebody
don't
that
print
passed.
propaganda.
It's not
It's propaganda. I'm sorry. We don't put that here.
Alrighty.
Yeah, so we don't print propaganda. It's propaganda. We don't print propaganda here.
So, what's your name?
You got something to say? I didn't mean to cut you off. Because you look
No,
like
no, not at all. I mean, I
It
was
was
gonna
just
say
a sigh.
the bitch with
It was just the
at the whole
fuck.
situation. Yeah.
I thought you were like,
the bitch we're looking at with the funky hair. That's Joe Barron, by the way. Didn't mean to dox you, bud.
"What up, JB?" Yeah, I didn't know JB was a snitch. That's fucked up, dude. I didn't know you were gonna be like, "No, I'm gonna tell corporate that we don't print propaganda, bitch." This guy was
what
like,
a
"Well, guess
Joe
what?
Barron move.
I'm gonna work it. Yeah, I'm not gonna print your shit, bitch."
I'm print supervisor.
I'm one of the managers.
Yes.
So,
Stupid.
unfortunately, we do
So
not
they
print-
say they don't print
we don't
political
print
propaganda. So this is somebody that passed away a couple years
That's
ago. from a
political
bullet.
propaganda, unfortunately. I'm
So
sorry.
this is for a prayer tonight for.
And just like what the worst part about it is the condescending, there's no explanation. It's political propaganda. It's like the head thing like sideways, and it's political propaganda.
It's
it's
a
just like-
liberal Karen.
Yeah.
That's exactly what we're looking at. It is the body language, whatever the fuck that is. Joe Barron's body language right now is all about just being a Karen and a bitch, and I absolutely am happy, tickled, and I'm gonna sleep well knowing that bitch is fired.
And he enjoys doing it so much, right? Like you can tell he's like, and propaganda. Like he loves saying that. Like that just gave him so many like boost of energy and morale, especially around his like cool buddies there who feel the same way. Charlie Kirk deserved it. And he's like, "Yo, I'm going to tell that bitch what's up. That's propaganda."
Yeah,
Ugh.
and these two bitches at the counter, they're playing off each other here with this nonsense.
Yeah, they are, because the other guy picks up, right?
It's still propaganda, unfortunately.
What makes it propaganda?
Because he's a political figure, and I don't have to. It's
Our general manager is going to be in on Monday. If you
No,
want to
it's
speak
totally
further on the
okay.
subject,
If you would like to.
And then the man's going to be in on Monday. But she got fired, right? She's out. She got the out skis.
I hope so. I'm taking your word for it. What kills me is that they're able to just simply, it shows you just how unhinged they are. They're looking at a man, a human being, a father, all of these things that he is, and throwing it in the trash and only looking at the politics, which is the whole problem, that they can't distinguish one thing from another thing.
She got fired. Well, this is where you're going to hate me, and here's what it is. For me, she got fired because she wasn't doing her job. Not because her opinions, you think it was propaganda, fine. But that was your opinion. It wasn't propaganda. You should have printed it. They caught you not doing your job. They paid for something and you refused to accept money for the store. You lost money for the store. You didn't print something that wasn't propaganda. Yeah, it was your political opinion, but it wasn't necessarily your political opinion that got you fired. It was more so, I guess maybe a little bit because they kind of doxed her, but more so the fact that you refused to do something that you're supposed to do at your job. Like you got fired for not being a good employee.
Right. And I think somebody was trying to say this was under the First Amendment, I think. Yeah,
Nope.
but while you can reserve the right in a business to not serve, this individual was not in the position to make this call.
Yeah, and the business has no affiliation with the First Amendment. Remember, the left was all happy saying that about Twitter and shit like that, and about all these other people that were losing their jobs. Or remember that, like around. I remember vaguely this idea. They're like, the First Amendment doesn't apply to the job, or the First Amendment doesn't apply to Twitter. Stupid. Like they always love to say that. And now I see a lot of people claiming First Amendment. I just want to say the First Amendment doesn't apply to your work. Stupid. It's up to the job. You know, they can fire you for whatever they fucking want, depending on what state you're in. So, you know, Florida's a right to work state. They don't really
Correct.
have to give you a reason to fire you. But
Yep.
this is a perfect reason. You were inadequate at your job. You refused money. You refused a transaction that was going to help the store make money. Goodbye. You know.
And you're a shitty human being.
Yeah, exactly. That was to them. That was the cherry on top. Like they felt justified. You didn't do your job. You fucking lost us money. And you're a shitty human being. Whew, this feels good. Goodbye. We'll see you later. Yep.
And I rest easier knowing so.
Yeah, me too. Okay, what about this guy? So he's being doxxed. So I took this, mind you, I took this mainly from one site on X. It's called Right Angle News.
Looks like they're being doxxed again.
So it says, this leftist who celebrated Charlie Kirk's death outside of a Washington, D.C. vigil has been identified as a District of Columbia Department of Transportation employee, David Bukowski. It sure would be a shame if you gave his job a ring. So how do you feel about that? There is a protest, and essentially he is counter-protesting, and these people want to use emotion to get him fired from his job. When
Counter protesting, but like, what is he just refuting the points that Charlie Kirk was actually making, or is he saying shitty things? Like
okay, but now we're gonna say shitty things is deserving of you getting fired.
Shitty things like you know, I'm glad he's gone, or something to that degree, where it goes
when you're off the clock, when you're not working at your job, you think people.
That's up to the company. I'll say I'm a little bit more of a loose cannon when it comes to any asshole that is celebrating the death of a human being.
Because here's the line, Eli. Someone else could be like, well, yeah, that's offensive to you. I'm offended by what he said on this subject. I want him fired. It doesn't necessarily have to be over death, but the same emotion can be applied to what you said that they don't like, and they could be as offended as you are on a matter that is as close to them as it is to you about, you know, Charlie's death, and they could have the same, I want you gone because of what you said. Especially when it's off the clock, it's really hard for me to say, listen, how is that not the First Amendment right? It's different if the job, but like it's other people being like, yo, let's gather his name, let's get his information, let's send this to his job and show him what he said. And you're also, you know, you're kind of applying pressure to the job as opposed to the job finding it out organically, which is also on his fault too for saying it out in public and doing this out in public, you know, but he's counter protesting. What the fuck else is there to do in America than counter a protest and or just protest? But let's hear what he says though too. Yes.
From what I can see, he is silently protesting. I don't see him spouting off anything. I don't know what is.
To be fair, I have it on mute. We didn't watch it with audio yet, so that's why I said let's watch it with audio real quick.
Okay, yeah. I didn't hear.
Yeah. But there's only 31 seconds. But he said he was being disrespectful. What did it say? Is been found to be celebrated. Oh, he was celebrating the death of Charlie Kirk is what he was doing.
Fuck you. That's not very Christian.
So a guy just got murdered, and you're gonna stand out here and protest a vigil for him?
It's not a protest. I'm informing Catholics on his.
Doesn't matter. Somebody just got murdered. Do you not understand time and place? That logic just escapes you. You've got nothing better to do than come out here and do something like that. You deserve the spit on the ground you just got. Fuck you.
You just got to take emotion out of it sometimes. I'm just asking you unbiasedly. Not you, and I'm not saying you, I'm just saying like everyone in general, unbiasedly. Guy was just sitting there. We don't know the context, but if this is all we have to go off of, and this is the video that someone sent to you from your job, and it looks like he's probably just quoting, he's probably doing that thing where he's quoting some of the things of like, you shouldn't have empathy. Empathy is a bad thing. Or he's quoting something that says like, some deaths are acceptable when it comes to freedom of gun.
All of the many things that are taken out of context on purpose. Right. He's doing that. With this particular instance, without the context, I wouldn't go as far as saying strip away his livelihood. Not for this particularly.
Yeah, this is all I'm bringing to your attention. This right here. I don't know if anything else has transpired out of, unfortunately, his name is plastered everywhere. They posted his LinkedIn file. Obviously, we're not doing justice by replaying it, but, what are you going to do?
No, it's out there. It's out there. I mean, shit, I have to find some sympathy here, or maybe even empathy, because there's two fucking complete Riris out there that are inciting people to call my local law enforcement and or the feds for me sharing my own experience. So
yeah,
okay,
and at least with that, like, I don't even know if it takes them to come to your. They're just gonna look and be like, "Oh, this is stupid." They might get mad at the people who called them. Be like, "Yo, you filed a false police report. You just filed a false claim to the FBI. Let's investigate you real quick." That's how fast it would be.
When that time and place is ready here, I'm very eager to chomp at the bit there.
So now this is someone. This is again the same idea. This thing happens on a job, on the job. This is when I'm like, and also too, if this happened off the job, which it did actually, now that I remember correctly, what I mean by on the job is he's a judge. So no matter what this guy does, like you got to be careful with your bias, because how do we know now that you're going to be an unbiased judge when it comes to certain things? So off the clock on Facebook, it looks like he makes this post or he responds. He says, "So a white guy killed him. Color it karma." And he says, "Rest in hatred and division." And he says he spewed hate and division. How's he feel about gun violence and gun control in hell now?
Yeah, disbar that motherfucker. Get him gone. Get him in McDonald's or something if they'll take him. Fuck that guy. Fuck that guy.
Maybe not. Yeah, I think we're equal on that, especially because you're a judge. Because if that's what you apply to, like,
that is precisely why I'm heavy-handed with this.
And he should be fired. My only question here is, how do we? If this guy was quote unquote, like, is there no helping someone who's been indoctrinated? Like, if he is like some of the friends we have who they don't dare listen to the other side, they're just regurgitating what they hear from heavily biased sources. Like, not to say how much is their fault, but is there? I mean, I guess How much of it is their fault? Is there any fixing these people? Is there in some, not in a judge's case, but is there in some cases where you get like, hey, no, that's a warning. Watch yourself. Fucking open your eyes a little bit. Don't be as fucking echo chambery. Next time, that's it.
I have the worst possible response and the worst take, worst look.
I love it.
From the fucking killer's words himself. These people are non-negotiable. You can't negotiate with hate. This little built-in bias, we have to have.
So does that mean that's what you got to be? I said, but does that mean that's what we have to be? Do we have to be non-negotiable?
No. I understand. I see it. But, okay, after they're fucking fired, I guess society, take them in and coddle them and try to reteach them. I don't know, when you get to a certain level where you're at the age and of the educational background to have been a judge, or I guess if we're trying to step away from this case, we have to have the hope that dialogue still has a purpose, right? So if we write everybody off, we've given up and surrendered the dialogue. And that's something Charlie Kirk wouldn't have liked. I'm still very much in my feels of the spirit of they took the fucking nice guy out.
They did.
And I am working on that shit. I'm literally trying to pray after 30 years every fucking day to take this new vitriol I have out. After seeing all these people I thought I knew in my lifetime celebrating and then saying go after his family, it's really hard to say, yeah, we can try to fix them. Some things, I guess you gotta kind of concede to, are pretty fucking broken and maybe beyond reproach.
I was going to play this segment a little differently, but most of these, look at this lady. She looks like fucking Mask from fucking whatever that fucking movie's called. The guy with the
headbutt a
crazy
waffle.
I know. Yeah, did you fucking eat out a pancake, lady? Boom. So this lady, again, another thing that happened at and or on work hours. So apparently she's been fired after have been recorded telling students, I'll praise the shooter. He had good aim. She was saying this on work hours. This crazy looking lady. Here's the audio of it.
I'll praise the shooter. Yeah, I'll praise the shooter. He did a good job. He had good. Yeah.
So she's gone by way of North Carolina College. For it, I'm okay with that.
Chevy says she's doing flat face. I'll go with that. Oh, Wilma, I think, is taking a little poke here. Cancel culture rules. I'd just like to say, and maybe you can condemn me for rewording something, but this is the consequences, right? This is the consequences of the very action, especially on the clock. Like, who the fuck? You can't even make an argument when they're on the clock spewing this kind of vitriol.
Yeah, that's the worst. That's the worst.
So you taking away any leniency I would offer.
This one. All right, I think we pretty much covered that. This is kind of along the lines, but you tell me. So allegedly there's a conversation of Charlie Kirk going on in this classroom, in this North Texas classroom. And this girl decides to start recording, and she wants to speak up and ask everyone why they're laughing. And apparently she says the professor singled her out and asked her to leave the class, which I don't think, unfortunately, the video has all that part, but I didn't see the whole thing. Let me see. I almost thought this video kind of felt like a way for her to get a little bit of kudos too. Like, here's me defending, like
so maybe it was possibly more about her.
Yes,
or
yeah.
I get okay,
but
all right. Well,
you tell me.
Tail the tape.
Because it starts off like that. They're talking about the actual shooting right now, because I think this is when the video's going around.
I see. Okay. Oh, and this just in, Shep confirmed the anvil was in fact dropped on that last lady's neck by Wile E. Coyote. Confirmed.
Thank you, Shep.
Thank you, Shep.
And we have some good. We have really good on the spot correspondence. That was awesome.
Yeah, appreciate it. And
Glad
now the weather, Josh.
Yes, it's about to get fucking heavy in this bitch.
Bet. My favorite kind of weather, heavy.
Heavy. Watch his reaction. He's creeped out.
That was like my reaction when we played it here.
Why are we cheering for someone getting shot? Like, no matter what political beliefs are, we should not be cheering that someone got shot. He has a family. We do.
Right after
I value everyone's beliefs, but we should not be cheering as a class that someone got shot. He has a family. He has a family. He has a family. Yes, and who shot them? A transgender person.
Oh, so that's what it is.
Yes. It doesn't matter. You should not be cheering that someone got shot. What do you mean?
You just pointed out the fact that they were transgender. What about straight white?
Yes. You should not be cheering that someone got shot.
So that was her little private battle.
my kudos, because like this benefits the scenario. This is when the video was being airdropped. Did you hear the story where apparently in elementary school students were just massively airdropping them to other students to the point where the parents had to go enraged and complain to the school? But anyway, since it's so fresh.
Go ahead.
Pardon?
Sorry. I was gonna say our buddy, his son saw the video and he's kind of got like PTSD from it. I think he's in like the middle school age, and he's just like, and our buddy is like, obviously, I don't want to say he's celebrating CK, but he has his own opinions on it. You're right. But his son is pretty tore up about seeing the video, like seeing the actual up close video. Like he's got like PTSD and he's kind of like just scared in general, just about like just life right now. He's just fucking, he's tore up. He's never seen something like that.
See, now
shit was going around to
multiply
everybody.
that example in mass to the amount of this has to be addressed, and I don't know how we attack it with anything that's not viewed as censorship, but children should not be looking at real life death as a norm. That's horrifying, and it's shameful.
I need to get another Coke. Can you hold it down? I'll put you on full screen real quick. Give me 30 seconds. I gotta grab another Coke.
I'll shit talk. Go ahead.
And then once we get back, there's like one or two more of these, and we can start taking some phone calls.
Well, my statement.
Well, yeah. Well, I was thinking, like, I guarantee a lot of the phone calls might want to talk about Charlie Kirk first before the statement as well.
Oh, okay.
So actually, how about this? We'll put the phone up, and then we'll finish the last Charlie Kirk videos, and then we'll move on. That way, while we're waiting, we can see who calls in.
Go get the Coke. What?
You caught my attention there when you said it like that. Oh, huh?
False.
There is no Coke. There's a lot of Coke. See what I did
Gotcha.
there? All right. BRB.
Get on, Skippy. All right, let's see.
Thanks, bud.
I got the floor for a moment. Let's see. Where's my super fans? Hey, Drago, do you love following me around everywhere? You're almost as bad as like Gay D. Is there like a follow PP cult? I see the irony. I'm glad I chose that initial or acronym or what have you, because it really shows the motivation and the entirety and substance of your lives that you follow somebody you dislike to the extent that you do. Not only on my own channel, where I'd even understand it more so, but to others. Man, thank you for the engagements. You're doing nothing but helping the algorithm. Please continue to maintain that energy. Hell, go beyond being a random nobody name that is known for nothing else, but weirdly obsessing over people that have the balls to hit a live button and put themselves out there, share things that we all know will be attacked and used against you in the court of the YouTubes with your little cults, and your crack squads and tweak squads. Feel free to call in when that number comes up, because it's coming up soon. Maybe you'll feel a little bit more emboldened. I'm feeling super great, and I must be onto something given that you follow me around as much as you do. Is my best friend, aka Gay Lover Joe Barron, in the house, or did he go back to the closet? See, right here. I don't know if you can see the closet right now. That's where he stays. But aside from that, as I kill the time, I do want to thank everybody that takes the time to come here and hear us out as we continue to endeavor to maintain open discourse, even if we go tit for tat, even if we poke fun or whatever the case. Just bear in mind, there's no true hate in my heart, and we don't do this to make enemies, even though I do believe if you go out and try to be universally loved, especially on the internet of all things, you're the fool and you deserve every bit of hatred you get coming to you. You can't go on such or any public platform and be surprised that you see somebody disliking you. But some of the things, like while I'm talking about politics or world issues, I cannot help but notice what pettiness some of the people out there latch on to. And I'm convinced that if you're able to remain so petty when the adults are talking, like when there's important shit being discussed, you probably need to touch grass. That's just my theory. And I'm a huge fan and proponent of the individual. Wait, what's this? Giving people's personal... Oh, see, we don't support the doxing. That's a damn shame. All right, welcome back.
Who doesn't support the doxing?
We don't. No,
I mean, that was kind of my point with the whole segment we just did, though.
Yeah, yeah.
Because these people said some things like, but most of the times we supported their firings, they did it at work. I think that's the big difference, right? Like they just weren't on YouTube bullshit and saying some things. Like they just didn't happen at the grocery store and someone overheard someone saying something in public. Like most of these people said something at their workplace or they're of high importance, like a judge, where it's like, damn, dude, you really got to be careful when you say shit like that. That's so negative, especially at your job or as a judge.
Yeah. That's exactly the ground we just covered.
Thank you.
Precisely.
I'm going to throw up the number. Blah.
So, Wilma, just to clarify for you, I mean, you got I hope that's not your real name. Some people don't show face or call in for fear of exactly this, losing their job by someone being upset about morals. So don't give your real name and don't say where you are, especially when it comes to calling. You can keep your anonymity. But it's important that the dialogue continues. We're not going to find your job. We have no interest or vested interest in doing such. If you get on here and say, I'm glad he's gone or some crazy shit, I don't know. What happens there is just a
You got to watch out for Eli
law.
on that, man. Eli might be out for your fucking head if you say something like that. I'm like, you got to be careful. I'm joking.
Just follow the heroes of Tweak Squad and just use your platform to incite people to call your local law enforcement or FBI.
Thank you. If you want to give the show a call, 954-546-3455. That's 954-546-3455. The lines, they're open. The other gentleman.
I'm giving a visual cue. Sorry, I did interrupt.
No, it's fine.
This is more to the future callers. If you see me doing this, future caller, that means I am telling Josh we're gonna wrap that call up.
Got
If you go on a tangent. Yeah.
Got you. No
little
problem.
Inside baseball.
No problem, Boblin. Let's any more before we kind of hold the line here. Oh yeah, this gal, this lovely gal, saying some shit like this. People want to make her famous. I mean, at this point, when you post something publicly online, I have no problem with people saying, "Let's make her famous." Like, well, that's kind of why she posted online, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'll allow it. Is my point, but this
all good, K-Bear.
This fucking
appreciate
gal,
you being here. Yeah, go for it, brother.
Get it ready, get it situated.
Oh yeah. No, fuck this person.
All right, let's see who
I'm gonna
got.
guess Snaggy.
Yep, spot on.
We're not gonna go full on biblical entomology.
Snaggy, sir, what is up, bud?
Hey, Josh, how you doing this evening, brother?
How you doing, man? I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Doing good. How's Eli doing? Shout out Eli. What you doing, bud?
Doing all right, brother. I do have a statement in inspiration from Gay D and Uncle Will there, and then I'll feel even better after that.
We're getting there, Snaggy. We're getting there. One thing at a time.
No, I mean, whatever you got to say. What is AD and Uncle Will doing? Like, talk about it.
No, that's literally a part of the show.
I'd love to tell you my point, but my God, it's your show. What's going on, brother? I didn't see that.
No, we'll get there. Don't worry. That's towards the end. Like right now, we're sticking with the Charlie Kirk stuff.
All right. Eli, do you know what biblical etymology is?
No, I will not sit here and say it's within my purview, sir. No, not really at all.
Well, it kind of originates with a certain culture that you're related to, and
the Talmud.
It was yes, sir. And there was power in the name, and certain names meant certain things. Do you remember?
Yeah, my name in Hebrew means the highest of God, even though I never paid it much mind.
My name, Christopher, means bearer of Christ.
Snaggy, do you mind just for the chat if I give the definition or exactly because I wanted to just you said
absolutely, Josh.
Biblical,
look up biblical etymology and give them the proper definition.
Biblical etymology, just for it says biblical etymology studies the origins and the meanings of words found in religious texts like the Bible to deepen the understanding of scriptural passages. So just, I guess it's essentially, could we say it's the study of religion? It's the study of the Bible. Biblical would be the study of the Bible.
It's like a Webster's.
Yes, sir. Well, no, it's in in the meaning of words. You got to realize it started out Aramaic, and then it became Greek, and then it became, all different translations. But what's odd as hell is the translations, regardless of whether it's in the original Hebrew, original Aramaic, or original Greek, or even Old English. It kept its etymology. That's what etymology means.
And if you could, how is this in regards to the whole Charlie Kirk thing?
This is what's wild. The name Charlie in biblical etymology means warrior. And Kirk means the Lord's house, which also translates to church. And even if you go and look at some of the modern languages like German and like Kirk meant church. It's just interesting. A lot of people are talking about it. I didn't know if you guys knew about it. I thought it was super interesting.
No, it is. It kind of gives, like this whole thing for him a little deeper meaning that, like even his name is so connected to, the Bible and religion and stuff like that.
Yeah. What if we're living in those weird times, man? Eli, you know what I'm talking about, brother. I don't know where you fall these days. And it's not my place to talk about it, but I think we're living in those weird times, man. We want to be living in those times of, you know who?
When I hear those times, my knee jerk is: are we making a connection to end times
or fast
and such a preparation
not necessarily
for that?
End times, but not necessarily end times, but birthing pains. Look what's happening in the Ring of Fire. I mean, there's so many interesting prophecies that are just falling right in front of our face.
While I'm personally on a journey to have a better connection with God and even Christ, which has been quite an exercise for me, but it is working.
Did you say better or deader? What did you say?
Better. Better. May have a little twang here. But despite all that, I look at the history books
look
a
it
bit.
Up, Josh. You like to fact check. Look up the biblical etymology of Charlie and the name Kirk.
Well, you just told us it's essentially warrior of the church or warrior for God.
Lord's house.
Let's see.
Yeah, the Lord's house. But regarding when it comes
Very
to end times,
I mean, I never would have thought about it, but somebody figured it out, man. I stumbled upon it, and I just thought it was kind of mind-blowing.
well, I mean, like I said, it does provide a very appropriate fit given the name and everything that took place. But when it comes to end times, final point on that, just quick, is I've just seen it used or thought of too often in our history. When it actually happens,
every 10 years somebody's talking about something.
Right, and this particular thing I've researched quite a bit. So when it comes to modern times, it's gonna probably take something that makes it very obvious.
Go ahead, sir. I'm sorry.
No. I finished. It's going to take something that makes it very obvious to me where I'm not even questioning, like, is it? I'm at the point where it just needs to be irrefutable. Hopefully, I mean, that by that time, it's arguably too late, but hopefully we'll have our shit together to some degree.
Do you remember the scripture as so?
No, I don't. I don't remember. I cannot sit here and claim
just listen to me, please. Listen.
Okay.
Listen. As so, in the coming of man, is as so as the days of Noah. Just like days of Noah. And if you do any kind of research on what was happening during the days of Noah, God's creation was being perverted. It's being perverted by fallen angels sleeping with, women and creating hybrid offspring and all this stuff they call the Nephilim. They're in Genesis 6. And we were a warring culture back then. We were fighting amongst ourselves in all communities because of bloodlines. And so, like, when the Bible says, as so in the day of the coming of man, as so It would be like the days of Noah. And I know I'm all over the place on that. I'm sorry. I'm very paraphrasing. I'm not trying to quote it, but giving you the gist. It was civil war. It was families versus families. It was
Well, if I may, I think it'd be very
cousins versus cousins. It was all bloodlines. And but go ahead, Eli. You understand the gist. I'm sorry if I did a terrible
family
job
versus
at that.
family kind of covers it, and it would be, I don't want to use the term appropriate, but end times being us versus us makes perfect sense to me. Josh, did you say something?
I was just going to say, if you could put, because it looks like we got somebody else who's just about to call in. So if you could put a bow. on essentially, Snaggy, about kind of what you think the deeper meaning, just kind of to sum it up again, the deeper meaning to, the assassination of Charlie Kirk and your kind of further thoughts on that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I will. And I appreciate you. And give me like 10 seconds. I'll wrap it up. I believe in biblical etymology. It's the history of words. It's the history of our languages. It's the history of our Bibles. It's the history of our whole world consists based on words. Constitution, Bill of Rights, 10 Commandments, the Bible, the Torah, and I believe in biblical etymology, the ancient history of studying what names mean. And I think Charlie Kirk's assassination may have represented something a lot more than what the average person is ready to swallow.
That's for damn sure. We're seeing the echoes of that act happen every day. You've seen the doubling of the Turning Point USA's membership. Hell, I signed up today. His wife having the grace and composure to be Christ-like and, just deliver her message without losing it, which she would have had every reason to do. I think we are witnessing something, without a doubt. And it's not, it's a heavy something.
I just think maybe it has a deeper meaning. And I think sometimes if you have the eyes, like the Bible says, if you have the eyes to see and the ears to hear, I think you can kind of see what's happening in our world, man.
Heard that, Snaggy. Hey, man, listen, we appreciate you so much for calling in. Thank you so much for your voice, your opinions.
Yeah, I apologize, man, if I ramble.
Nothing to apologize for, man. You get up, you say your piece.
It's just something I'm trying to get grasped around. You understand?
Dude,
that's
all is well that ends well, my friend. Thank you for even putting the time out there, man. That is what is appreciated. All right.
God bless,
right,
man.
Take care, man.
All right, thank you, Snaggy. Snaggy, everybody. Anybody else who has any thoughts or opinions on the whole Charlie Kirk thing? People getting fired?
I'd love
conspiracies in general.
Sorry, I'm getting the bad habit of talking over you. I'm sorry.
No,
you want to repeat?
I'm also getting the bad habit of just, so
that's all right. Hey,
I'm getting there.
We did spur the moment, this son of a bitch, and that's why, by the way, we had to make a quick thumbnail. We didn't want political influencer because maybe it's just my opinion. I don't know. I felt a lot stronger about his presence.
I wanted that. I totally wanted the words political influencer and not the words Charlie Kirk. Thank you,
that's
AI.
right. If you try to feed it into Chat GPT, it's blocked.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, I hope Global calls.
Call from, it's Lori.
Yay,
Lori.
What's up?
What's up? Good to hear from you. It's been so long.
I'm excited to hear from you.
It's been so long. I don't know. It's been we've been good. How have you been?
Oh, I got an update for you, Lori, real quick.
Eli's got something for you.
All right. So if you haven't seen it already, clearly you knew I was an atheist for a very long time. I am currently going to a Christian church, and for the past 10 months, I have been praying and I've turned to God, and now because I'm going to this church, I'm doing Bible study. So that's quite a
make me
turning
cry.
point.
Are you? Oh, I love it.
He's on the Christian mend.
That.
He's doing it.
That's amazing. I know you've been on a spiritual battle for a long time, and I am so glad that you finally planted your feet where you belong.
He has. He really has.
Thank you.
I feel it too. I feel it too. I really do.
Yeah.
Word. All right.
Amazing.
So, what's some of your opinions, Lori? Because I'm aware of some, but whatever you're comfortable
sorry,
saying
what?
here. Oh, what's some of your opinions on all of the happenings as of late? I am aware of some of them, but if you feel comfortable enough, feel free. The floor is yours, so to speak.
Well, I am putting together a live stream that's going to be on Thursday night, and
And where can people find that live stream at, Lori?
Yeah, you can drop that link.
Global
She's a mod.
Global Watchman News here on YouTube.
Beautiful.
But I've actually lost about 500 followers just today on the things that I put out there. Charlie Kirk went to a meeting, and I believe it happened in August. I do have the date it's written down, but it's downstairs in my notebook. And he went to the Hamptons in August, and there was a bunch of his donors that were there, one being Bill Ackman. And essentially, there was an intervention because Charlie Kirk had been talking out against Israel.
Yep. I've been watching that closely.
Yeah. And Kirk wasn't really going to back down. So, and this is quite interesting. Apparently, Bill Ackman has the ear of Bibi Netanyahu because he called Netanyahu's personal phone and got Bibi on the line. And Bibi strongly suggested that Charlie come to Israel. He declined. Bibi offered him $150 million, told him that if you come to Israel, you can have this for a turning point, take it to the next level. Charlie declined. Didn't make very many people happy. Let's just put it that way. I think everybody else can add 2 and 2 together.
Oh, yeah. No, I've been watching Candace Owens because of what she's been saying. I'm keeping my mind open, and it's very complicated sometimes to be the guy that openly says, I technically am of a Jewish background, even though I am not of the blood. But I always find it more important to distinguish that, there's the Israeli state and that makes it the Zionistic aspect versus the people that are just Jewish that don't support that shit, like my father. He despises Netanyahu
It's like
to his
here
core.
in the United States. It's like, I love my country, I don't like my government. And it's the same thing over there. You can love the nation. You can love Israel as a place, as a territory, but you don't have to love the Zionists that have taken over it. We were warned about it in the Bible, Revelation 2:3, Revelation 2:9, Revelation 3:9. We were warned about the synagogue of Satan, how they said they would be Jews and that they wouldn't be, and that's what the Zionists created the word, the anti-Semitic, in order so that, when the time would be coming, which is right now, and people would start to talk out against them and to expose them. I've been labeled an anti-Semite. How can I be an anti-Semite? They're not Semitic. I'm speaking out against people that, they created this word to prevent exposure. Who is it that we are not allowed to talk about? We're allowed to talk about the U.S. government. We're allowed to say anything we want about the U.S. government. Or we can talk about the UK government. We can say anything we want about that. We can say anything we want about the Canadian government. What is the one government that we are not allowed to say anything about? Israel. That should say a lot.
And I've seen this, like what you're describing, used on a few other fronts, like when it comes to talking about race or anything like that. There's certain, words that have been used, so it makes you feel uncomfortable, and so you want to be more cautious and not as brutally honest. So, and I've been seeing, I've been respecting your stance on some of the social media that I have you on, where you lay your case, and some people are like, I can't even entertain it because my mind's so fucking made up. So, I do see you, and I respect that.
I have been through a lot this past year, to the point where now, I separated from my husband for almost a year. I moved out to Arizona by myself, thrown into a situation of being back in the world that I escaped from, being back in the world of, it would be easy for me just to go see somebody and numb myself. And it felt like I had been thrown into a den of wolves, and I stuck myself into a Bible, and I just solidified myself, and I read it, and I avoided situations, and I came out of it. I'm back in Chicago. My husband and I are back together. So, I mean, that I literally fought for my life for that year. I fought for my marriage, and I came through it literally not giving a crap about what other people think, say, or anything like that. I don't care. I'm going to say the truth. I'm not going. I used to be timid. I used to be able. I wouldn't. A year ago, I wouldn't call you guys. I would be so scared of offending somebody about what I had to say. I want to say, choose my words very carefully. I don't do that anymore. All right.
Good.
If I
Okay,
find
so
that
you've
there's
been liberated
something-
by going through some of the turmoil that you've been through.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good.
And now it's to the point where I've found these things. I'm putting it out there, and I don't care if I lose people. I don't care if I lose friends. My son the other day rejoiced about Charlie Kirk's assassination. And I'm
I
going to
got
call
to
it what
see
it is.
him
and leave it
secondhand, by the way. I understand some of the struggles you've had to go through now a little better.
So like
Mm.
that, by the way, I don't want to throw any more inner turmoil out there, but this is from, you take it with what you will. This is from the executive producer, a good friend of Charlie Kirk, the executive producer of the Charlie Kirk show. He posted this. He posted this today. No, I'm sorry. He posted this 2 days ago.
Thank you for confirming.
At 10 p.m. Yeah, well, it's important because it sounds. And by the way, Candace Owens has been known to kind of overemphasize how much it's always the Jewish person's fault. No offense.
I have my issues with her, by the way.
So like that kind of that unfortunately, when everything is always the Jews' fault, now like I don't really care. I'm like, oh, you got you. Okay, it's the Jewish person's fault.
Because it's thrown around so often. As we make this point often, it starts to lose
Everybody's
meaning.
desensitized to it. Absolutely.
So Andrew Colvett, a good friend and the executive producer, I believe he's the guy who's hosting the Charlie Kirk show right now in his absence, in his permanent absence, mind you. He says this: I've been asked about the Bill Ackerman event more than a few times now, so I asked our staff who were traveling with Charlie to find out what's true and what's not. His team was with him 100% of the time when he wasn't in his hotel room. Here's what they told me. Bill never yelled at Charlie, never praised him on BB, never gave him a list of Charlie's offenses against Israel. There was concern raised about Tucker at SAS. We don't believe this came from Bill. And Charlie's reply was, honestly, people telling me not to have Tucker makes me want to have Tucker. And I'm going to lock him in for AimFest 2. Charlie personally told me he had a very cordial relationship with Bill and the event was productive. So that's one side of the thing. And then you hear what Candace says. The event was this ominous thing and watch out. You better do as you're told. So, I don't know. What is it? Which one is it? Not on you. I'm not mad at you.
Candace also has, I don't think she would be calling out the way she's calling out if she didn't have the proof behind her. Her and Charlie were best friends. And I'm sure. No, they continued. Continued to be.
They weren't best friends for the past few years. They were cordial.
Behind scenes. No, they continued behind scenes. They didn't make it public because they didn't. Because they didn't want the backlash. But they never stopped being friends.
Yeah, I don't mean they stopped being friends, but they were really close. They were really close before, and he started to get uneasy with like a lot of the Jewish stuff, and like you said, there was kind of more behind
in the past
doors.
In the past few months, when he started coming around and started seeing these things and started speaking out further against Israel, then they started getting close again. Her and Charlie, after, I guess, when he was up in the Hamptons, had text message conversations. She's got the text message. She's going to release those, I think.
Like that whole Megyn Kelly bit when he's talking about negative about Israel. Like, That's one instance where he's doing that, and we have countless hours of him essentially praising Israel. Why would Israel be that mad over his opinion in that moment where 9.999 times out of 10 he's pro-Israel?
Because he was going to speak out about the genocide that was happening. He was adamant about the children. Supposedly Netanyahu has something on the books to essentially eradicate the entire population of Gaza. And Charlie was going to start speaking out against that and exposing that.
Okay.
But so many people already speak out of the extermination in Gaza that literally go on Piers Morgan. Why aren't they exterminating these people? It just doesn't make sense.
Look at Turning Point USA.
Look at Piers Morgan's platform. No, I understand this. I get you, but there are other equivalent in size that have probably just as far reach. For instance, Piers Morgan, where people go on there all the time, regardless if the person speaking that's on Piers Morgan has that following, they're still getting that exposure out there. So you would think that person would get silenced.
But Piers doesn't go from college campus to college campus and have the outreach that he does.
No. I'm more so talking about his guests.
Speaking like this on college campuses and literally starting a fire, that how hard it would be to put out. Now that he's gone, look at who's taking his place. You've got Shapiro. They're talking about Alex Jones. They're bringing Milo back. Milo got canceled because because of that crazy comment he made about defending pedophilia. You've got these, come on. You've got these people that are going to toe the line.
I'm not saying, Lori, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that Pierce is the one in their crossfires. I'm saying he has a big platform, and on this big platform,
but what I'm saying
I'm not done yet. Real quick,
Pierce doesn't go into the colleges.
And I'm not talking about Pierce. You keep cutting me off before I can finish. I'm talking about on his platform, he's allowing some of these people to get their opinions across who are very, very heavy anti-Israel. Why wouldn't these people also be silenced? Like, they are getting the same exposure as someone with a big platform because they are on this platform. And why wouldn't then these people also, why work from the top down as opposed to the bottom up?
It only takes one head on a spit in front of your house to put the message out there, doesn't it?
Yeah, but I don't know if they understand what a hydra is. You cut one off to grow back. So it seems as if, Israeli tactics seems to be, they would be a little more tactical about this whole thing. I don't see how an Israeli sniper would want to aim for the neck. And with that said, I don't see how an Israeli sniper would not account for bullet drop. You're going for the head, you're going for the chest. This person was obviously going for the head. They didn't account for bullet drop, boom, they got the neck. They didn't account for wind, boom, they got the neck.
So you believe that this kid, okay?
Yes.
This kid,
it was a $2,000 scope.
Wait a minute. So you believe this kid put this rifle in his pants or whatever, or whatever the hell he did, went up on the roof, put it back together. When you take one of those apart and you put it back together, you have to recite it in. He never recited it in.
I don't think he ever took it apart, to be honest with you. It makes no sense.
He had one of the bags.
That's what the FBI is saying.
That doesn't mean, has the FBI been wrong on things? Sure. And that kind of takes credibility out of my thing. But yeah, they could be wrong on that part. I don't know. I don't know.
I think there's the base level of agreement here is I think they got the right fucking kid.
Turn your mic around.
You don't believe that they got the right one?
Turn your mic around. Eli, turn your mic around. Turn your mic around.
Fuck. Oh, thank you.
Yep.
Yeah, I think they got the right son of a bitch. But I see how everything is complicated because of what Charlie Kirk was talking about, and which makes it really convenient. So everybody's brain is going to be spinning on this one. But I think they got the right fucker, and I don't think Israel. Maybe they wished they were. I don't think they were involved in this one. But I always remain open minded to this shit because I got no trust in our system.
I think the JFK shooting was further away.
At first, I thought that you guys know who the microphone guy is?
I'm sorry, say it again. Do you know who the microphone?
Do we know who the microphone guy is?
Yeah, the bullhorn guy.
At the event?
Yeah.
No. I keep hearing about him.
Okay, so there's a guy that confronted Charlie, and I'm not even sure when it was, but he was the guy with the bullhorn. And when the FBI put out their picture of the shooter. That's the first, my mind went right to him. And I've been looking at the picture and I'm like, I don't know, but something tells me that we're looking at, I don't think this kid's capable of doing it.
I don't think he's by himself. I think there's more people helping him out. But
yeah, I want to see more of the Discord messages because what's been reported is just that he was reporting that he's going to do a drop, this and that. We will have to see. Sorry, just for the sake of moving on, because there is a statement I want to get to. Is there anything you'd like to kind of put the bow on, and also please mention your channel?
Put the bow on, and then first let me address the hand signals real quick. I don't know what to. I've seen the guy with the hat and do this thing, and I really like. Is he dude? I do this all the time. Sometimes I adjust my hat, I itch my ear. How do we know it's a hand? That's just me being that. Like, how are we sure it's a hand signal? That's all.
Exactly. Okay. This is exactly what I thought too. No, but thank you guys for having me on. I really appreciate it. I'm glad you guys are back in the air. It's about time.
Thank you for calling.
It's been wrongly waited.
What's your channel again?
Eli, give me a call. You got my number?
Yeah, no. What's your channel? Where are you going live?
It's always Eli.
Again?
Everyone always wants to talk to you, Eli.
My channel is Global Watchman News over here on YouTube, and I am Lori Swan over on Facebook.
Beautiful.
Please check that channel out. It is there. Be prepared. Out of the box thinking, and enough coincidences are pointed out to the point where you're like, and that's why I respect her.
I do make people question it. That's what my job is. I want people to question the narrative. That's it.
And you do a great job
you're
at that,
always going to
Lori.
be around for me.
Fantastic. Lori, thank you so much. Global Watchman News, everybody. Thank you so much.
Bye. Bye, guys.
All right, if I may.
Yes.
And first, I do want to.
I'm gonna throw the phones off, if you don't mind. I'm turning them. They're off right now. I mean, they might ring still if someone memorizes the number.
True.
They're off.
Somebody in the chat was comparing Charlie Kirk to George Floyd, and to that, I have to, with all due respect, no matter who you want to buy a coffee for, say you're looking through shit-colored lenses. I'd normally say rose-colored lenses, but that's just fucking crazy.
What about in the sense of how it sparked a cultural uprising?
Oh, yeah. You got an impact, and if you want a visual definition of how we are not the same from a perspective of ideology and not race, look at the response. We have a call to action, we have an organization, and we have vigils. What happened with George Floyd, that fucking criminal with nothing but a criminal history, passed away doing a crime. We got riots and gaslighting, and the Democrats saying it's time to go all in. Maxine Waters getting on her pedestal, saying all that crazy. We are not the same. That's where I'm at.
Without further ado.
Here we go. All right.
A dude.
So,
without further
there's
ado.
Gay D, because I don't like mentioning his real name.
This guy?
Almost like Voldemort.
Wait, this guy?
You're dumb.
That mother effer right
Sorry.
there. Yeah. So here's what happened. I did a live today, and let me explain to the audience. Hear me out, everybody. I'm going to get real with you. All right, so my history, and I'll make this brief. I was a Bernie Sanders supporter. I was a liberal. I was not a radical, but I did go door to door in a trailer park in a southern state. That is pretty much the extent. And I shared very publicly, it's still open, unlike the pussy gay D, who did a reaction and for whatever reason decided to hide it all away, and he incited everybody to call my local law enforcement. Please double down on that energy. Call my local law enforcement. Utilize every resource. Send the video. Do that. And let's both reap the whirlwind of the aftermath, okay? I shared because I think it's valuable that people know how Antifa finds people and grooms people. I'm not ashamed of sharing everything I went through. Now, and he went and tattletaled to a channel that he probably thinks, he's got bigger balls than me because I have a vagina. And so this guy, Uncle Will, gets involved out of the blue. And he probably is like, well, he also talks shit about this group and this Ryan Upchurch, a fucking faux celebrity loser that's falling out of grace. I am not liked because I've been vocal about that. So here comes Uncle Will saving the day. Now here's a statement I want to utilize, and then we can freestyle. I'm eager to get this off my chest, and thank you for giving me the time. I use this platform with transparency, especially involving my life. Why? To share what I've been through and seen. My journey from left to right is meant as a cautionary tale. I have zero fear of what I share because I believe others can hear what I've been through to better know what to look out for. Addressing how Antifa tried to groom me and what they introduced to me. You can take it and tell them to fucking hold on if you want. I can't see it right now because I'm reading this shit.
They bailed. Call back if you want to, and you can go on hold, but go ahead.
All right, so addressing how Antifa tried to groom me and what they introduced me to alert the people of to the danger. No actual materials were exchanged, used, or obtained, even though the people that shared my shit very poorly tried to make it appear I said something that was not said. That's why my live is still up, you pussies. Everything I spoke on was via phone conversation and Facebook threads and DMs. That is the extent. No actual planning was done. None. They first tried to get me to read their literature, then asked if I had a certain notorious book named The Anarchist Cookbook, then asked if I would be comfortable about being around material. Almost done. We can take the...
Anonymous dude.
Anonymous dude.
Press 1.
Oh,
To
bring
send
this
a voice-
cocksucker up.
Anonymous dude. Oh,
Really?
What, is he just going to keep doing that? We
I
just had
don't
you
even know if
on.
that was...
His voice was really deep. His voice sounded like this. It was like anonymous dude.
Yeah, it was like modulation or quasi homo. So
You got to
kind
give
of
it 1 second. It's Google Voice. I have to hit 1 to accept it. So if you say your name, give it a second so I can pick it up and hit 1. All right. But if not, whatever. You're just kind of, maybe you're doing it on purpose. I don't know. Go ahead.
That would make sense. That would make sense. You better fucking call him, you motherfucking pussy. I'm prepared. Go all the way.
Oh, don't egg him on.
Be about that conviction. Come on, I want to see. Because really, who do you think this is going to benefit?
Yeah, just
everything.
It's not going to benefit fucking our tax dollars and in a waste of sources.
Very true. But this bitch needs to be burned because he is a fucking parasite that is on here, and this is all he does. While claiming he's got a rich family life and he's so fucking fulfilled, talks about being a veteran, and thank you for that. But you're giving your flowers and sitting there watching you day in and day out, be on for 20 hours a day, playing video games, and wait for other people to do things for you to talk about is fucking pathetic, nothing short. The closing of my statement, all of that occurs, nothing exchanged, and then I am asked to go to a protest. I never went. I expressed my discomfort. They ran away. They kicked and blocked me out of all their groups. And now to the self-ordained patriots that think I should be banned from church because apparently me seeking Christ when I'm angry is against Gay D's fucking wishes and maybe Uncle Will's. Fuck you both for such a judgment. Who the fuck are you to make one like that? How Christ-like. If you truly believe me to be a danger and that you know me from watching a few pieces of footage, you are doing the very same the libs have done to comfortably justify celebrating Charlie Kirk's death. Please be a man or woman of action and report me to the authorities or my local PD. Make sure you give your name before the decision is made to look for me, as you just wasted taxpayer resources and our law enforcement's time. Show the conviction is real and not about the views. If I was truly a guilty party, why would I so openly share these experiences to showcase the real danger of groups like Antifa? I think all of you that are so bent on disliking me are looking at me through shit-stained glasses. Put up or shut the fuck up. There you go. I got it off my chest.
Oh! Blah, blah, blah.
No, I'm joking.
I know.
No,
Hey, Barry.
It's annoying. Some of these people.
That felt kind of good right there. I ain't gonna lie.
Did it feel
I should have
cathartic?
opened with that.
Did it feel cathartic a little bit?
Yeah. Like I should have opened
That's
with
good.
that. I'm gonna clip that part. I'm gonna release that on the old PP.
Dare you? No, go ahead. Go for it. Go
or
for it.
here if you don't mind. Shit. I think it was just too narcissistic.
No, it don't matter. You know, it was your call out. You can have it. It was on Stuck in the Middle. They won't call back. It was probably a troll. Like the same private number called twice. And then finally on the second time, they gave their name. Because the first time I picked up, they didn't give their name. This time they did.
You know what? By God. Oh, was it Luck Dragon? That's the one saying that George Floyd was equal to Charlie Kirk and said, except.
No, you heard him say, anonymous dude.
Oh, no, I know. No, Luck Dragon in the chat that's been talking about I will even allow your friend to participate. Thank you. Is the phone on? I don't know if they're threatening us with a good time.
Oh, cool. Call in.
Yeah, Luck Dragon.
Oh, is that why? Did I turn the? Oh, I turned the phone. Well, okay.
Yeah, Luck Dragon. We're here for you. You don't have to share your name. We would love to hear.
Go for
anything you have to say. Change my mind. Just don't hit me.
954-546-3455. 954-546-3455. Eli would love for you to change his mind. Just don't hit him.
I was gonna say, yeah. Well, I was gonna. Let's not even hearken on any eggshells here. Just don't throw any ammunition at me. Just you can use your words, right? Because my argument to somebody like Luck Dragon, based on the comments I'm seeing, and if you'd like me to not judge you based on the words I'm seeing on the screen, make that phone call. Or now that the spotlight's on you, are you starting to shake a little bit? Because you've been very active there. Charlie Kirk doesn't even deserve my fart. Do we deserve your phone call?
More like Cuck Dragon.
Yeah, well,
that's why. I mean, that's why Luck Dragon doesn't really want to call in, because he can't handle all the cucking that would happen, because he doesn't want to see himself get fucked in front of himself like that, because it would turn him on too much.
Precisely.
You know? Yeah.
Okay, that's where I was hoping you were going to go with that.
Yeah.
Secondly, Uncle Will, you made the false assertion on your dumbass channel, where I started to have respect for you because I thought you were calling out your nephew, but then you went straight to Simp Zone. You said, I bet that motherfucker's on EBT. Motherfucker, I ain't never been on no government assistance at all, ever, zip zilch in my life. I have worked, sadly, since I was 12 years old and to this fucking day. So, false. Again, going off your platitudes of assumptions shows how ignorant you and the squad, the tweakers you claim to represent, which are all burning down, and it's glorious to watch. You want to make me a fucking locale? The very thing that you exist for is the locale, and that's one Ryan fucking Upchurch.
The new locale. The new locale in town, boy. Ain't my new locale in town.
So, you feeling like we did the thing here, Josh?
Yeah, I think it's about hitting it. You know, no one wants to call in about it. Can I play? This is kind of how the media has been treating all these things lately, and this is a cartoon in relation to the stabbing that happened on the North Carolina train.
I love the way you muddied that word up like YouTube's not going to recognize it. Yeah, the stabbing. Right, gotcha.
Whoa.
I know. We're canceled now.
You're just throwing it out there like that. Easy, fella. Easy. But maybe we'll get a laugh. Like maybe this is a good palate cleanser. You know, this is how the MSM views
Rachel, a black man stabbed a white female.
Hang on, don't worry. There's video.
Okay, good.
It's Brian Stelter. It's Rachel Maddow. It's Don Lemon. You may have seen it.
Will this possibly offend people?
Hopefully.
Okay, good.
Fingers crossed. You know, I can only cross them so much, though. You know.
Crossing.
Let me zoom in a little bit on this some bitch. All right, check this out. See if you like it.
Trust me, when I'm done with you, it will go viral. Okay, keep on in your echo chamber.
Who's talking like that? Who says that?
That's the fucking Luck Dragon idiot.
When you're done with us, then we'll go viral. It's not how that works, man. No one's gonna even know you were done with us. What does that mean?
Yeah, you're just a name on the screen, and then you're just gonna be some random voice because you're a no account taking pussy.
He's like, yeah, but did you know that Charlie Kirk was racist?
No, I never heard that claim. What am I ever gonna do?
Did you know that Charlie Kirk hated gay people?
And he went to church and supported the nuclear family. Yep. Drop all the things.
Damn, I had no idea. I had no clue. But now we're gonna have a little insight on how the MSM gets a clue about top breaking stories and how they kind of frame their opinion via a cartoon.
A refugee from Ukraine for no reason. And now people think it was somehow racially motivated because he said, I got that white girl.
That makes no sense, Brian. Do people not understand this man is a victim because he's black?
You're exactly right, Rachel. This man is a victim. In fact, He's been a victim 14 times. Luckily, every time there was an incident, the courts felt bad because he's black and let him go. Now social media is trying to paint him as some kind of vicious killer just because he's black.
Oh, please. That woman must have done something to provoke him, right?
Well, obviously, Rachel, she's white.
It's pretty hard to tell in the video. She appears to just be sitting there minding her own business, not doing anything at all. But then I saw she's wearing a hat. So I'm thinking the back of her hat must have said the N-word or something.
Ooh, I think you're right, Brian. That must be why the victim felt scared and attacked her.
There's only one way to know for sure. We have to speak to an expert on victims. There's only one man alive who could prove we're correct.
So you think you can help us identify what was on that woman's hat, Jussie?
Of course I can. I'm Jussie Smollett. Nobody knows victims better than I do. I'm actually glad you came to me because I did a little research before you got here. It's clear that this woman provoked her victim attacker, but it's not because of what was on her hat.
Then what was it?
You should prepare yourselves. The answer is far worse than you could ever possibly imagine. That black man was provoked because hundreds of years ago white people had slaves. Oh my god! No wonder the victim was so violent. That woman was white and white people had slaves a long time ago. Rachel, I think we have what we're looking for. Rachel, a black man stabbed a white female refugee from Ukraine for no reason. And now people think it was somehow racially motivated because he said, I got that white girl.
Okay, now it's starting over.
I mean, first I gotta ask you, how dude, what source did you have to really be in the thick of it in that room? Like, you have a fly on the wall of CNN. How did you get that footage?
Brother, I was filming it myself. That was
Holy
me.
shit.
That was me. I was there. I was there.
They thought you were Ryan Gosling. They're like, yeah, come on in.
No. Believe it or not, I dressed as a fly on the wall.
Holy shit!
I was a very large fly though, but no one knew a difference. I was just like,
You're shaping a whole SNL skit for me here.
Yeah, just a large.
You're Ryan Gosling. You're playing Ryan Gosling, playing a fly on the wall while filming.
While filming, right?
Yes, and you got the goods, man.
No, I'm just a fly. No, just a fly on the wall. Just go ahead, go about your business.
Hey, you probably don't appreciate this, but maybe I gotta do it here. Can I see the last fucking movie you made that I've been asking for a year?
Oh, POV. Yeah, I got you.
Thank you.
I have to send you a link. I know, but it's you got to remind me because I have to ask somebody else for the link.
I know. Don't make me go to your boss.
You can go to him. It would really give me a nice breath of fresh air. You can go hey, can I?
Well, now you fucking tell me. I thought it would be rude.
But I have to ask him, and sometimes he responds right away, and sometimes he doesn't. And then he responds, and I forget who the link is for, and I forget, because I'm a forgetful boy,
We got a certified celebrity up on this panel, folks, okay?
Who it is?
Just saying. Oh, God. Let me not even... It is... Luck Dragon put it best. They are just a fart in the wind and will be forgotten as soon as we wrap it up. So with that, I thank everybody that roughed it out with us on this impromptu night. Grr. That's what sometimes we do. God bless. We appreciate absolutely every effort to do just that. And we entice you to click like, hit subscribe, or join us to challenge us in the future, because we never want to just remain complacent. Don't surrender your voice.
Complacency
I'm Progressive
is boring.
Patriot.
I feel like you were signing off like it's news. I'm Progressive Patriot.
Yeah. Hold on, I got to do this for... Hey, Joe, real quick. I mean, I have a whole segment for those of you. Like, it's crazy work to me, but I got no hate for you, Joe. You guys talk to an infinite standard of hours here regarding my fucking shirt shit. All right, I did this already. So, I have... Oh, Jesus, it's so dumb.
How many shirts you got?
There's a motherfucking V-neck, right? I got like 4 V-necks. And I have... There we go, okay. I have like a pile. I have 60 regular t-shirts. When I saw all of you fawning over what I was wearing like a bunch of little schoolgirls, I decided to just keep the V-necks on. So just know I do appreciate that you all pay attention to the important details during discourse. Fucking idiots.
Are we going to try to do a show on Thursday?
Yes, and then you're going to let me know if I should drive on Friday.
Yeah, drive. But it might be like a week or something like that after Fry. But we'll figure it out.
That's very important.
Yes, indeed it is.
Yeah. Like, prioritize. Like, I need to know as soon as possible. Thank you.
heard.
We'll get to all that.
Yes, we will. Thank you so much for tuning in with us tonight. Like we were just talking about, you may find us again hanging out on Thursday night with a special old friend of the show. We'll see if we can make that happen. Maybe it'll just be like a show. There may not be any drama, you know? It just might be like just a show. Who knows?
A show or a homo like JoJo Barron.
A ho show.
A ho show.
A ho show.
Oh, we got to invite Gay D up there then.
Oh, you know he'll be there. You're dumb.
Yeah, he'll be sucking off Redneck Fishing and More, a.k.a. Uncle Will.
Oh, boy.
Being like, can you play this content for me because I'm too much of a vagina to play it for myself and stand by the convictions of the words I claim while I get all the attention because I jerk off to it and I'm not happy with my marriage.
Wow. It's almost like you're him. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that was like, I'm convinced.
It was a bit of an RFK voice, yeah.
Oh, no, you know, I don't like my marriage.
I hate my life, so I focus on yours.
And he's dumb. And you know that? And this guy's dumb. Like, he's got such a horrible cadence. Also dumb. He brings so much entertainment, though, so thank you so much.
Oh, yes. So much also. The locale that thinks he's pointing out other locales and covering them. The irony is not lost on me. Twisted 10, C-Fouls, Patty, you're an MVP, Mishka, even you, Joe. Independent. I could go on and on.
Indy's here. Indy.
Hell yeah. Dropping them links. Appreciate y'all. And I'm going to say good night.
All right. With that, we out. Thank you so much. We'll see you hopefully Thursday. Bye.